the Essential Rabbi Nachman, The Secrets of the Future Temple, and several other books are all available online, free for browsing. You get a page which gives you the table of contents of that book, and wherever you click, that chapter will come up immediately. And the purpose of all this is because our world desperately needs this sweetening. We're in the middle of a world war, a world war of religions, and we have the dark face of religion, which has reared its ugly head ever since particularly the 11th of September, and it is up to us now, as I said last night, it's precisely because of this darkness that this is our moment. It's our moment to shower the treasures of Torah to the whole world and to show that the truth is with the Torah of Moses, Moshe Emet, the Torah Emet, Moses is truth, Moses' Torah is truth, and Azamra is giving this to the world free because just like all these filthy adverts and CNN and all this other garbage is all free, we have to have the Chesed Chinam to spread the waters of Torah free.
Amazing.
It's free to the user, but it costs money to put up, it costs money to produce, and for that reason Azamra is a registered charity here in USA. You will see on the table there are some documents which speak about our work and how you could join in and become a partner by contribution. You can always give an online contribution as little as $5 or any multiple that you wish, and please do give your support, and this way you become a partner. And we are now in the process of shortly opening a membership section of the site, which is going to enable everybody to upload their own profile, give details of somebody who has this organization or that. People are looking for shidduchim. Anybody can update their profile and search other people's profiles along a series of criterion. This will be available within about 6 weeks to 2 months, and this is something expanding. And the whole purpose is to the name of the membership site is Chaverim. The sole purpose is to enable us to join together, to join together one to the other, to be chaverim, to spread information, to spread resources, particularly in the fields of Jewish spirituality, meditation, healing, Kabbalah, Chassidut, end of days, return of the 10 tribes, the 7 laws of the children of Noah, the universal laws. And I'd like to tell you that a big part of Azamra's work is with Gentiles, because this is one of the new things which is happening. If anybody who has their finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world today knows that among the Gentiles there is being fulfilled now the prophecy of people throwing away the lies that they inherited from their fathers. I don't know if you know, but in North America, in USA and Canada, there are hundreds and thousands of people who define themselves as ex-Christians, who have thrown away their belief in Christianity, who do not believe in the whole mythology of Christianity, and who do know that the prophet that they feel that they received from was Jewish, and they understand now that his whole power and the power of anything he has to say is derived from the Torah. This is another reason why this is our hour of opportunity, because there are so many Gentiles, not only in North America, but also all over the world. I get a little tiny percentage of all of this from people all over the world. There are B'nai Noach, there are people who are sure that they have some Jewish connection, that they're part of the 10 tribes. They're searching for the Torah, how the Torah can be applied today, what you're supposed to do. People who've never, nowhere near a shul, nowhere near a Hebrew book, nowhere near a Jewish center of any kind, are beginning to awaken. And it seems to me that this is our hour of opportunity. And for that reason, I invite you to take part, become a partner in Azamra, and let us join together and spread this light, because it's precisely in this roundabout way, with Hesed Hadas, when nobody's really noticing, that is how Mashiach is really coming. So with that, I would like to invite anybody here who would like to make any comment or ask any question or raise a point for discussion to do so right now. We'll start with David.
You mentioned today an amazing fact that the Ramchal book was found recently only in 1958.
the Ramchal book is a translation of something that was discovered in a manuscript in the Bodleian Library of Oxford in 1956. In that year there was Professor Yeshayahu Tishby of the Hebrew University, a well-known scholar on Kabbalah and Hasidut, was in the library there, and he was examining a roll of manuscripts which were not attributed to any author, and he's reading this manuscript, and he starts realizing that what he's reading is a Kabbalistic explanation of Ezekiel's prophecy of the Third Temple, and he's totally blown away by what he's reading, and he understood from the style that it must be by Ramchal. There are some of Ramchal's letters between himself and his rabbi extant, and they referred to the fact that he wrote such a book. For your information, he wrote at the age of 22, and he wrote it at a time when, those of you who know the story of Ramchal, he was this child prodigy genius born in Padua, and by the age of 18 he was the biggest outreach rabbi of Padua. He was having hundreds of people coming to his synagogue to hear his drashot, and he had Ruach HaKodesh. Elijah came to his Bet Midrash, and the trouble started when he started writing these books in the style of the Tikkunei Zohar, and writing about Giluyim that he had from the Avos and from the other Neshamas of Tzaddikim. So then the antagonism of the rabbis exploded against him with a vengeance. And
is that after Shabtai Tzvi?
That was, Ramchal was born in 1707,
right.
and Shabtai Tzvi sort of disappeared in the 1670s, 1680s. So this is like everybody is hyper sort of nervous about anything like this, and these solemn rabbis of Italy, they slap these cherems, and they want to make Ramchal burn his books, and he has to hide them, and he's not allowed to publicize them, he's not allowed to teach Kabbalah. He eventually he left, he went to Holland. But this book he wrote at the age of 22, when this controversy is raging around him. The rabbis are out to get him, and he is completely above in the upper world. It's like, it says in Ezekiel that it says that first there's the Ruach Sa'ara, the storm wind, before you get inside, called the Mamad Dakar. It's before you get there, it's inside the Ruach Sa'ara, and this controversy is raging. So not surprisingly, it's not surprising if the book was hidden or if the book was written in manuscripts without the name of the author on it. That explains why, because the style, anybody who reads it unmistakably, only Ramchal can write this way. He has a very distinctive Hebrew, a very distinctive style, and nobody could forge such a book. I mean, it's like you couldn't forge a book of geometry. It's all patently true. It's completely, the theorems of geometry are true. Here we're talking about sacred geometry, the mathematics that he brings to show the relations between the divine names and the partsufim and the dimensions in Ezekiel are absolutely infallible. And there is in Chicago a Rabbi Avram Rokach, who's a cousin of the Bells of Rav, and he's an expert in the Mishkan, the Beis HaMikdash, Rishon, Sheni, and Shlishi. He's a world expert. He's an architect and an engineer, and I've discussed Ramchal's book with him, and he told me that from the engineering point of view, I mean, we're talking about a structure which is 100 cubits high of solid stone, 100 cubits, that is 50 meters high building, temple, freestanding solid stone. He told me that structurally Ramchal's take on the temple makes the most engineering sense. I mean, there are different commentaries, Geror and Metzudas, and the various commentaries on Ezekiel chapter 40 onwards. Ramchal is the top. So I'm going to be talking on the subject in greater detail in Flatbush in Rabbi Fun's shul on Tuesday night.
8 o'clock.
So does anybody else have a point they'd like to make or a question they'd like to ask? Now's your chance.